All right, now we're diving into the second half of the Chiefs' pass game. All right, really like this play concept. So we've talked a lot about the levels with this team. Trying to run that again out here, go route, post route. Trying to get Travis Kelce on the over, get Pacheco over here in the flat. So you see, again, we're trying to get these levels over here, trying to work that over flat combination. But I really like that they chip and then they replace right to the middle of the field. So everything is working left, and then the check down for Patrick is back to the right. Probably the worst coverage for this play is cover 2. Okay, so the safety's back here to cover this. Then you have a corner that can kind of bait you over here because he holds leverage on the flat and the over the whole time. So as a quarterback, it's tough to kind of figure out, can I get him to come down because he's so wide that if I throw this over, he's in a position to fall off and make the play. But San Francisco, when they play cover 2, they get that depth with Fred Warner here. And so, hey, we get cover 2. It's not the best throwing the over flat anyways. Let's replace down the middle of the field with our tight end. So if Fred Warner wants to get depth and help cover this like he does, boom, there's a replacement. Great read by Patrick Mahomes. He sees it. He recognizes it quick, gets the ball out to his check down, and we're moving, and that comes off of that toss that they had that they fumbled there early in the second half. So just trying to get some of it back on that particular play. Okay, and then we come back off of that and we throw the interception. Okay, so this is interesting play again in detail. So we're going to have kind of this over route here. We're going to have Travis Kelce running the corner route to the backside. Really what I'm thinking here is you come back and you read the deep defender on this side. If he gets depth, you either read Travis Kelce or you're going to have a big in and you work back to the other side. If that defender back here comes down and jumps Travis or stays down, now we want to isolate that safety and take this deep over right here. So again, Fred Warner out here on Travis Kelce. We've seen some zone. This time they're going to go man, and he does a great job of taking away the outside. So he's taking away the corner. This safety is actually coming down to take away the inside. So it's as if they're doubling Travis Kelce here. Now, details. I just want you to watch MVS here. Okay, MVS is in the slot. Run. Go. Speed. Get in here, get across this safety, and go. If I can get this guy to pull down, here's my shot. There's my big play. But it's like he's kind of just right here, just settling down, not really going. Push, go, run, get over here. If you beat this safety, we got a huge play over here to this side. Okay, so now Patrick is stepping up. He's looking for Travis. And again, here's another one where I don't know who he's throwing this to. But Travis stops here because it's outside leverage. Then he starts again, and then he goes back outside. And ultimately, he gets open. You watch him, he stops. Now we're scrambled. We're going to bounce back to the outside. You see the pump fake right here. Oh, was he going to throw it back to the inside? Was he going to throw it to the outside? Is he throwing this to Kelce? Is he throwing this to MVS? All kinds of different little things here as we adjust. Just run. Just run outside. Okay, you're covered. I get it. He covers you, no problem. Let the quarterback be able to move on in his progression instead of sticking on you going, hey, win for me, win for me, win for me, win for me. And I believe that's what leads to this. We don't really know what he's doing. Pump faking, a loose sight of the guys down the field, and we end up throwing an interception. If you're MVS, and again, maybe that's not the plan here. Maybe the plan isn't to pull out the safety back here and then get MVS over the top. If it's not, I don't know what you're doing with MVS, but go, win, run, beat the safety, and then let Patrick dictate everything off of what they do backside, and this ends up leading to the interception. Late, they're not on the same page. A lot of that stuff can lead to issues. Okay? I got a nice little play right here. play fake, tough from your own end zone, easy to get impatient, but they're going to run a sluggo, a slant, and go to the backside with MVS. Off of the play fake here, they get exactly what they want, one-on-one on the backside. Oh, and they get the lean. There it is. Put the ball out there. Good throw right here is a touchdown, and Patrick just misses this one. Comes, kind of steps to the side, kind of flings it, and the ball goes wide. I'll always say this. Patrick's great, but he's holding the guys, trying to work the safety back here, and then I just want you to watch his front foot. When he turns to throw this, his front foot is aiming towards the sideline. Okay? Well, front foot, so right there, see it? He steps, and his foot goes this way. Well, where's the ball go? Ball goes that way as well. We really want our front foot to try to attack the throw, attack down the field. He lets it get wide on a deep throw. Ball just goes wide on him right there, but they got a shot. If he just lays this up out there, MVS has a shot to run by. So little missed opportunity, although I know it's tough. You rush things when both feet are in the end zone. You get a little impatient and sometimes rush things and throw it. Okay? Came back here. I like this here, just a quick little stick flat combination. Again, we talked about it early in yesterday's video, or the earlier video that we did today. Shell coverage puts this guy in a bind on the backside. You get 2-on-1 based on what they do. He can't be right. Easy completion like that. It's a good way to attack that cover 4 defense that San Francisco loves to run. Okay, so we come back, and what are we going to do? Almost the exact same thing on the next play. Put Travis outside. Now we're going to run him on the choice route with the 7 up over the top, trying to get this guy tight and get the leverage to the outside as we just did on the flat. You push the 2 defenders, the 2 underneath defenders to the strong side with the back. It's all about play design, understanding how you can isolate the backside linebacker on Travis Kelce, and that's stealing. Good little choice route. Back-to-back completions, getting it to our main guy, getting him going here in the second half. Okay, so kind of similar to what they're going to do later in overtime. We'll talk about it, but Travis Kelce motioning down. In overtime, he actually motions across, and they come back and run the play that they get on 4th down. But here, they're going to motion him down, and boom, he's going to go back to the flat here. You're going to have Rashee Rice that comes in here and runs a pivot, and then you've got a corner route up over the top. So you're going to come out and try to isolate that front side. So you see it. We come out. They pass it off, fairly well right here. But here's the throw. Here's the throw right here. Off of this, you're looking at the flat. They cover the flat right here. Get right back into your pivot. There's your pivot. There's your first down. There it is right here. Get back, take it, see it. So this is, to me, Patrick playing a little bit too fast, right? Not really giving it a chance. Now, there is some pressure that comes from the backside, but this is easy right there. Now, maybe, again, Rashee Rice slips a little bit. Maybe that's what Patrick sees to take him off of that. But to me, he should be set. He should be ready to throw this. He gets the look he wants from the defense, but he makes a play. It's the 3rd and 4. Keeps it going and leads to a field goal. So this is huge, but almost missed an opportunity with an easy guy open right there. But as we saw in this game, we've seen so many big moments, Patrick makes the play with his feet. All right, so they do this in the second half. Not very often do they run a kind of the zone read, but they'll use it in specific situations because this guy's so good at it. Notice on this one, it's a typical zone read here that as we release here, we're going to get somebody to go to the flat. Then we're going to work guys up the field. And Patrick comes out and reads all of this. All day long, Bosa was sinking down. And what I love with this is they have 3 receivers over here to the zone read, okay? I talked about the balanced defense that the 49ers like to run. 1, 2 underneath defenders to that side. So if you were running this out of a 2-by-2, you give the advantage back to the defense with only 2 receivers over there. When you do it out of a 3-by-1, now we get the advantage because they've got to cover 3 guys over there. And you see, right? They have to cover man-to-man, or they're going to cover man-to-man right here, but we get the advantage. We don't bring an extra body over there, and now Patrick is able to read and split these guys and get a huge run here on the zone read. Love the play call, love the play design. It's going to be very similar to what we see later this time. They're going to motion the tight end across. He's going to bluff like he's blocking, and then he goes to the flat. So just wanted to show what they did there and how this ties into their 4th down play in overtime. Patrick getting those extra yards. So here's another one. They come out and they run a stick concept, okay? Corners off. That's what we're looking for. Corners off. First read is always this guy, okay? If this guy holds inside, take the flat. If this guy matches to the flat, be ready to take your stick right behind it. So as Patrick comes out, there's a throw. This guy's tucked inside. Right there. There's the throw. If you want it, corners off, take it, okay? If you don't like it, you still have Travis Kelce does a nice job of hooking right up in the hole. 2 guys right in front of him. Throws to be made if he's seeing it. And again, just hesitation, not sure. Has to run out of there. Ends up being a throwaway where there's another opportunity in front of him to make a play. Now this is what he does well, and what he did well all night long is whenever they brought pressure. Right? How many times this year, if you're following me, have you heard me talk about have a pressure plan, have a pressure plan, have a pressure plan, have a pressure plan. Quarterbacks, coaches, have built-in throws for your quarterback so when they get extra guys and they get hots, they can get the ball out of their hands and get positive plays. That was a theme down the stretch as they tried to blitz Patrick Mahomes. He won those battles. Here it is. Oh, they're going to bring pressure. No panic. I got to throw right in front of me. Get the ball out. Get a positive play. I don't have to get a big play. I don't have to throw a touchdown. Positive play. Bang. Ball's out. Okay? We don't get a lot, but I'm not taking a sack. Bad things aren't happening with the football because I've got an answer for what they're doing. Okay? Wasn't huge right there. Led to 3 points, but it's just kind of a theme going forward. Okay? So here we go again. Same basic concept. We're going to run the go or the post here. We're going to run the corner. We're going to run the flat, right? It's over and over again in different ways. We're attacking those with the 3 levels. Then we're going to run Travis Kelce on the shallow coming to that side. So we're going to read it front side, and then we're going to work to Travis Kelce there. Okay, so watch MVS again here. He's running the corner. Now, I think San Francisco screws this up because 2 guys go with 1. Believe they're playing man-to-man coverage here. 2 guys go with 1. But watch MVS here. As he comes out of this, boom, he stops again. Right? So he stops. 2 guys over here. He stops on the corner route. And Patrick's coming out, and you watch him. He's pump faking it right there. What are you doing? Where are you going? What's the read? You see what I see. And right there, it looks like there's an opportunity there. But for some reason, they're not on the same page, right? If MVS just comes out of this and comes out flat, maybe they throw this and complete it. But the hesitation possibly because of, is he going to run out of it? Is he going to slow out of it? Is he going to hook at the top of it? Does that cause this pump fake and possibly a negative play? Now he finds a way and they work together and they get a little completion right here on 2nd down. But theme over and over again. Are they doing too much? Are they trying too hard to get everybody open on every play instead of allowing it to be easy for the quarterback and go, I know he's going to run through this. So now all I have to do is read out in front of this, and if there's somebody there, I move on. If there's not, I'll stay there and make the throw. Is that causing some of the clunkiness of this offense? And is that some of the issues that they're having? Okay. All right, let's talk details again. So we're going to run a play here, which is, I call otter. It's an out and a corner, and then behind it, we're going to run a choice route. So we're going to try to overload those 3 levels right here. Okay, so now watch this play out. Boom, I'm going to stop it right here. Look at this. Look at these details. Like, these guys are both running outs or corner routes, and they're right on top of each other. How can Patrick Mahomes read and throw anything when these guys are within 3 yards of each other? I'll say this over and over again if you're a coach out there and you're watching or listening, okay? If you're going to run this combination, this otter combination, be very careful of putting this outside guy on anything deeper than 5 yards. And it sounds good. Hey, sometimes we'll run them at 5, sometimes we'll run them at 10 yards. You run them at 10 yards, it becomes really hard for a quarterback to get the timing off of that, let me erase that, off of that outside defender. Because I've got to wait. You're getting to 10 yards, and I'm trying to read you and get a decision so I can throw the corner route over the top. So I would always put this guy, get outside of that defender and push out at 5 yards. You do that, this guy has to make a decision. So outside is key also. Excuse me. You get outside that guy right now, he's got to turn his hips to cover you. If he turns his hips back to the inside, I take the out. If he turns his hips to the out, now I know that I've got leverage to this one. But you've got Hardman going inside. You got both of them pushing the same depth. You got an ugly look right there detail-wise. If you're Rashee Rice, push up and push the safety, and then take your angle high and make sure you're getting enough depth so we can get separation between the two of you. This ball should be going to Rashee Rice, in my opinion. Push vertical, and then break there. There's a huge window right here for us to get the football if we're running the details right. And again, I'm not adjusting and going flat because this guy's high and I'm trying to get myself open. I want the separation. I want as much separation between this and this as I can get, so this corner has no chance to cover both of them. And the sooner I get the pull on the corner, the sooner 15 gets a read and the better timing he can have to get the ball out on the corner. Here, again, it's lazy or lack of details or whatever it is. Guys not, preparing in the moment. McCole Hardman, go outside this guy. Get outside of him as fast as you can to pull him and pull his eyes to you so I get a shot to go up over the top. You're not trying to get open on this play. We're trying to get somebody open. So you got to get out here so we can possibly get that guy open. If you get out there and this guy drops to cover that one, you're open. Get somebody open. We're not all trying to get open on the particular play. Again, leads to a throwaway out there. Okay, now this is a huge play after the fumble on the kick. I broke this down already, but I'll quickly go through it again. They're going to run a switch go right here. If you want to see more details on this one, go to my study ball from yesterday and check it out. But they're going to run this switch go to the backside, really trying to get Travis Kelce here, get this guy out on a swing. Hope we pull the linebacker down and get Travis Kelce over the top. But San Francisco is going to rotate to a one-high defense. The middle safety never gets back to the middle where he has a chance to play MVS on the switch. The corner sits outside because he knows his responsibility is to the outside, so he'd be there to cover Kelce, but nobody gets over here to take away the seam. So it's a perfect play call against the perfect defense. Safety coming down, corner stays outside. Huge, huge window right here. So not only do you get a fumble on the last play in a recovery, you get a touchdown on the next play, and this entire game flips on those two plays, in my opinion. All right, so you come back here, and you get man-to-man coverage in a situation like this. You're out. We're going to run the levels again here, and then we're going to run the deep corner. On the other side, we're going to run an over route here. So you really got options against man-to-man coverage. With off corner here, you could easily come down here and just take this one right here. But not going to fault him for going to his main guy in man-to-man. Great route here at the top. Sticks to the inside, then separates to the outside. Good timing, good throw. We're in great shape right there. Big play to his main guy. Gets things rolling on the next drive. Didn't have a whole lot going in this game offensively. This was a drive that kind of got him going after getting that touchdown on the last play. All right, so we're coming out kind of similar to what we did earlier. And then we're going to bounce back here on the return route. They love to run Rashee Rice on shallow routes, so we're going to try to show the shallow and bounce back on the pivot. I thought Patrick was just a little too fast with his throw right here. Okay, so it's not easy because you leave the DB underneath, but there's nobody else out here. I would have loved to have seen Patrick just kind of settle in, see the relationship, and then kind of put this ball up and over, kind of a little more touch there to lay it out in front of Rashee Rice instead of trying to throw it on a line. Now, Rashee Rice falls up the field a little bit. Maybe that's the difference. But you see, if you're able to have this throw, so quarterbacks, you work on this throw. Hey, guy undercuts it. Do I have the ability to lay this ball up and over out in front of Rashee Rice here with touch? Because now we got a possibility of a big play. So you can see what happened here. You can see why Patrick's trying to drive this and get it on him and maybe expecting him to be flatter. But a little touch right here, and we get it out in front of him. Man, we got a real shot right there on that one. So I think, again, details. Details by Rice falling up the field, maybe details by Patrick to understand and be patient to let him come out of it and then negotiate the defender at that point. All right, so they caught the 49ers here. Okay, so you see the motion. So the first thing, the motion comes across. Now we're trying to run all of these guys here. For some reason, this guy comes screaming down here, and then he's going to try to run back and be a half-field safety, and they're going to run some sort of kind of invert cover two, and the Chiefs again have the perfect play call here where Watson's going to go down the middle of the field, Travis Kelce's going to come underneath. We're going to get a chance to isolate Fred Warner high-low again against their two high safety look. So you see the safety coming down. I think he's coming down expecting this guy to go back and be a deep half player, just like this corner is going back to be a deep half player, and they mess it up off of that motion over there, but the safety does a nice job of turning and going, oh, I can get back and cover you there, but you see the high-low that we're getting right here. Oh, sorry, it was a safety on the front side that had come down, and he's going to drop back into cover two. So some sort of a cover two look, but they get that high-low. Good read there by Patrick Mahomes. And you see that Fred plays this really well. His eyes continue to stay back, so it makes it look like he's going to take the deep one, and then he does a great job of coming off on this one to help out there. But it was enough isolation on him with the high-low, forcing him to go high and then replacing him underneath, as we've seen a couple times already in this tape. Okay, they come back and catch cover two again. Looks like one high. Boom. Run back to cover two on the snap. Perfect play call over here and a good read by Patrick, right? He's probably going down to the bottom if they stay in one high. They go in two high. Now he gets the high-low. Very similar to what we talked about on that otter concept. You've got an out and you've got a corner. We need separation between the two. Okay, this is a back in the flat, so it's easier with separation, but you see the distance between these two guys where now we can isolate this corner. This corner's in a bind here. He turns his hips to the underneath one. Boom, easy pitch and catch to the backside. Perfect read, perfect throw, good details. The good details lead to positive plays. Okay, so we've got a 4 strong. So I've talked about that a few times. 4 receivers to the strong side. They like to do this in different areas of the field. And the whole key on this 4 strong is this guy here. Okay, if you get this guy to push over to the strong side to give them an extra underneath defender strong, that's when you really like to work the backside. if we can get this guy to hold backside, now we've got a numbers game and advantage to the front side. So I thought this was kind of an interesting play design again, because I'm always looking at details here. Details, details, details. So here, we're going to go in, we're going to go corner, we're going to go flat, and we're going to go hook. Okay? So the problem with this is they don't overload what San Francisco does down here. So San Francisco wants to play a quarter shell. So they're going to have a guy deep and outside, a guy deep and inside, a guy in the hook area, and a guy in the flat. So instead of somehow doubling here, they run one guy to each of those areas, and it's covered. It's covered across the board, right? See it? There's a guy in every single spot instead of really trying to attack high-low somewhere. But what I'm looking at more than anything with the 4 strong is this backside guy. He starts to push over and add himself there. I would love to see them do something on the backside to replace him. They don't. They have Rashee Rice also coming over to the mix here. So there's just, I'm not really sure what they were trying to get here on this play unless they thought they were going to get man. But you see all the bodies coming into each other. Now Rashee Rice finds a hole and sits right there. So kind of a nice job, but I would have liked to seen them just do that anyways. Say, hey, if you're going to come inside, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go, and I want you to grab the outside number of that backside linebacker, and if he pushes it all and holds anywhere to the front side, boom, we're going to replace him. If you get him to pull with you, then maybe we get some sort of a high-low here because these guys are out of the mix because we pulled them to the backside, but just not really sure of the concept right here, what they were hoping to get. Maybe they were hoping to get Fred Warner to push and then replace him with the hook. But again, this would allow us to isolate that guy. That guy stays backside. Now we're ready to isolate Fred Warner. He pushes front side. Now we work off of him. Either way, not a lot of guys open, not a lot of happening, a lot of bodies in the same area. And a throwaway right there. Okay, it's good coverage right here. Looks like it's going to be man-to-man coverage on the backside, although they have an extra defender over here. So Kansas City is trying to run a rub, trying to get down here and run a rub for Travis Kelce. They pass this off almost like it's zone. On the front side, they run a little combination back to the inside. Good pass off to the front side, so keep your eyes up top first. See it? Trying to get the rub. It's a pass off there by the corner. Got nothing right here. It's always one of the reasons why I don't like to just go out of my way to set a rub in case they mess it up. So I don't know what the route is. Sometimes we'll go in here and we'll set a rub and then we'll jump up over the top. So if that guy comes through, now we've got to throw there. Or sometimes we'll come here and set a rub and then we'll come out of it and we'll bounce out to a return. So if we run this right here and whatever, just we want a route here so Patrick can recover to something. But just bottom line, pretty good coverage across the board. Nothing happening. Do a nice job of holding them down and not letting them get into the end zone. Okay, here we go again. Shell. 1, 2, 3 defenders underneath. So something that Kansas City did numerous times, right? Release the back right now. So it's basically like 5 out. So we're getting 5 guys out in the underneath zones against 3 defenders. Overload them underneath. That's a way to attack. Here, for some reason, Fred Warner stays to the backside. He normally goes with the back, as we said, to the front side, but he goes backside, and we're just going to replace him. Man, you want to stay backside. We got 3 receivers going here. Get this guy to widen. There it is right there. We've got the throw right in front of us. Easy completion, great recognition by Patrick, and we're moving. These quick throws is really the name of the game against the San Francisco 49ers, and they got going with the quick throws in the second half, and it was really the difference in the game. All right, so here we go again, right? You see it. We're releasing this guy right now. We're getting 5 guys in the underneath zones. Having a hot plan, okay? So I've talked about this all year. I'm a firm believer when you've got 5 receivers that you slide your offensive line away from the 3 receivers. Okay, if you haven't seen my videos before, why do you do that? You do that because if they do bring pressure to the 3 receivers, normally it's easier, I should say normally, it is easier to create at least 2 quick throws to that side. When I've got 3 receivers, it's easy to create 2 quick throws to that side. So if they bring pressure from that side, usually means they're dropping a guy down to replace it, but that guy can't cover 2 guys. So it gives me more opportunities for a hot. If I slide to the 3 receivers, now oftentimes I can only get 1. Now sometimes we can run 2 guys on quicks and it can work. But if I'm only able to get 1 guy on a quick throw, it's much easier for them to bring pressure here and drop 1 guy down and cover the 1 hot. So I'm a firm believer that anytime you're doing this, even if you're telling the quarterback, this is your first read over here, slide it away from the 3 receivers. Slide it this way. Don't make the hot be out the backside. Let these guys be the hot, because if we're hot, we've got answers, okay? So it's what happens right here. See it? Now they pop the defensive end out here and cover it as well. Otherwise, that's probably your hot. But what they do is this guy could easily come down and cover the flat, and you've got nothing on the backside. But look at the front side. Look at the front side. We got a hot here. We got a hook. We got a hot here. We got 2 guys going against them on the front side. Now, they protected it the opposite way, so they slid over here. Now, this defensive end pops, so they big duel it, do a good job of coming down here, and Patrick comes out of here and ends up running for the first down on this particular play. There's a 3rd down play, but here's the throw. Here's what we need to do. Let them slide. Fred Warner's my hot. I got options off the front side. They're going blitz 0. Just throw it and complete it. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a 2nd down play. But he's running for the first down there on 2nd and short. But the options are out there in front of him. To me, again, it's a coaching flaw in my opinion. Okay, it's a coaching flaw because it's just easier for the defense when we slide to the 3 receiver side. Your quarterbacks are smart enough to know, okay, we can slide to the back and the back can still be our first read if we need him to be. But we're designing this to give ourselves the best option to succeed, and 2 against 1 is always better than 1 against 1. Okay, always easier for a defense to cover 1 guy on a hot than it is to cover 2 guys. So slide away from the 3 receivers and have your built-in hots to the 3 receiver side. Okay, here we go again. You see the motion causing all kinds of problems. We're trying to run. I don't know why they just didn't stay in their positions if they're playing zone. Just stay in your positions and just play zone. But what do we talk about? San Francisco underneath is what? Getting back. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're a balanced defense. They want to keep 2 underneath defenders to each side. So you overload those defenders. Here we go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 guys to their 2 guys. So we're going to run down the field, and we're simply going to clear, flat, hook, and then we're actually going to bring the over. So it's like 5 guys going to the front side. But we get what we want. This guy widens with the back like we want. This guy carries with the guy down the middle like we want, and we just replace. They don't have enough guys over there because they don't push, even though it's 4 guys to the strong side. They only leave 2 over there. Boom, replace it. Quick throw. Here we go. We're rolling. Quick throw, first down, high percentage throws. We're moving the chains, and it's all based on the balanced defense that they play. We're trying to attack their numbers underneath. Okay, here's another one. This one they kind of ran fast and got set again. So San Francisco's a little bit out of whack. I don't think they really knew what they were doing. But again, it looks like they're trying to go blitz 0. We're man-to-man across the board. Think they want an all-out pressure, but they're not really ready for it. But regardless, hey, got off coverage? Have a quick throw. Be ready. Take your layups. Boom. Get it out. Complete it. Get it out and complete it. And they got options, right? You see it? Quick, quick. So if they do bring these guys like it looks like they want to, you got throws and quick options all over the board. Patrick gets it out again, winning against the pressure and against those man-to-man, soft looks over and over again. Okay, this one's tough. They go back to the play that we saw earlier, obviously probably anticipating cover 2, trying to get that high-low. San Francisco goes man-to-man. There's not a winner here. And again, this is where Patrick is so smart, right? It's like, hey, there's no winner, right? It's not the greatest play call. It's 2nd and 2. Don't make a bad play worse. Don't run around. Don't take a sack. You don't have to make every play. You know that we're going to go for it on 3rd down. We're possibly in field goal range, or we're going to go for it on 4th down. Don't need to take a negative play. So doesn't have it, just throw it away. Throw it away. Live for another down. Hard to do as a playmaker, but do it. All right, so here we go. Bring in the pressure. Critical situation, bring in the pressure. Do we have an answer? Rashee Rice turns and hooks. We've got a quick out to the backside. Either one of those guys could have been a throw here against the pressure. But more than anything, this is 3rd and 2. Great play call. Okay? So they're bringing pressure. What they're going to do here is they're going to slide their pressure down, and they're going to bring McKinnon across as if he's going to block the outside blitzer on this side. And then instead of blocking him, he slips past him, and they set up the blocks to this side. Perfect play call against this blitz defense. There's going to be a free hitter coming, but see this right here? I'm going to block you. No, I'm not. He keeps coming. Good job negotiating the throw, staying on the move by Patrick Mahomes, getting the ball out. You see the lead blockers out in front, and enough to get the 1st down and move the chains. Great play design, great play call against the pressure. All right, this is interesting because I talked about this. Joe Burrow ran this against San Francisco earlier in the year. Empty sets. Talked about empty sets because what do empty sets do? It spreads out the 49ers. Look at how spread they are. There's nobody in the middle of the field, okay? And so it spreads them out so you get options. You got places that you can go with the football, and you got throws that you can make, and it looks like they're going to try to go right here. But I think Patrick also understands, and I'm not sure if this is designed or not, but I think Patrick also understands when we go empty, see who's in the box. See if there's anybody in the box, and do we have a chance for a quarterback draw? So you see how quickly Patrick goes back, boom, hits his foot, puts his foot in the ground, and takes off. Now, if this is called a little better block right here, and look at the huge window we have here. Maybe it's just Patrick going, I'm smart, I know an empty. If I don't get Fred Warner to stay in the box and I don't get the look that I want one-on-one with Travis, then you can tuck, try to find a hole and try to use your legs, which he does so well. And he tries it right here and just gets caught. But it would have been so similar to the run that he had last year against Philadelphia. But it's being smart and understanding. You get an empty. What do they do with the guys in the box? They empty out the box. There's my window. Just about through that to make the big play. Okay, this is another good job by Patrick. So you can kind of see Pacheco running back here. So they were trying to get lined up and run it quick. Pacheco didn't really know what they had called. Looks like they're trying to run something here where he's probably supposed to be out here clearing this out over to this side. But comes back. He doesn't really know what he's doing. Patrick is looking, and you see he's sitting here. This guy's coming here. Bodies all over. I wish Travis would keep going again. Don't stop in there. Keep going and get your high-low. Here's the window over here. But I think Patrick realizes this is screwed up. We tried to rush it. It's screwed up. Pacheco doesn't know what he's doing. Don't force it. Don't make a bad play. Worse again, throw it away. Perfect. Throw it away. No love lost. We're still in field goal range right there. And we can keep on going. Okay, they got this big play that set him up here. Going to run the mesh play. Here's Fred Warner outside again. Now they're playing man-to-man. Nice little set here by Kelce as he comes across on the shallow route. Got exactly what they want. Boom. Get it out in front of him. Good throw. Good rub and the hesitation. Turn the corner, sets us up for the final throw here. And why not just go to your main guy one-on-one? But you see it again. Fred Warner out there on Travis Kelce was a key. Why? Because Fred's so smart. He understands it. First, he's outside leverage. He's not going to lose outside leverage because he knows. Throw it inside. Go ahead. I've got help inside. You got to throw it outside. Okay? So that's the first part. Stay outside. Second part is he knows they don't throw fade routes to Travis Kelce. They don't throw it up and let him high point. And what do? They throw the back shoulder. So Fred Warner, look at him. He trails. He stays back behind. He gets his eyes turned and his hands out there going, hey, you're not going to throw it up over the top. You don't do that to Travis Kelce. It's exactly what they did in the championship game is the double move, and they throw the back shoulder. So he stays high, but he's ready to fall off and make a play on the back shoulder, forcing the field goal and forcing overtime. So that's the second half. A lot better than the first half by the Chiefs. A lot more quick throws. Replace. Overload their numbers in the underneath zones. Get the ball out of your hands, and it got them rolling. They made a couple big plays when they needed to, but that's what's got them back into the game. And I'll come back and give you the overtime drive and kind of break that down for you in the next study ball.